on your seat on mine, so that you know what
Yeah,
that means.
yeah.
Yeah, that means we are live. What is up, everyone? How you guys doing today? And listen, this one I've been trying to schedule for a while. Finally, I got him down to sit down and spend some time with me on this podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Harry Cook. What an amazing rider, BSB. You guys keep a lookout because 2024 is going to be proper mega for him. So yeah, I can't wait. Let's get into it. Harry, what is up, mate?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just been busy quite lately. Just getting prepared for the season, training this morning, and doing fitness tests and all sorts of crazy stuff.
I know, right? I actually seen that. So walk us through the fitness test. Like what actually does that? Because we as fans always see pictures and little videos of people doing it, right? So what exactly does a proper fitness test entail for a caliber of riders such as you?
So most riders you'll see online will do a fitness test, and you'll see like this crazy mask on their face when they're doing on the treadmill or on a bike. And basically what that does is it records our fitness level. So like it takes in the air through like your nose, and like it records how much you like breathe. It's a lot of stuff. It's like a lot of data that it gives you. Your stamina during like they can actually like link up to like how you'd race in a race,
right?
In your like pace and stuff. It's crazy. It tells you everything, honestly. Like they even give like blood tests as well, like during like you're doing the exercise, and it takes your lactate measures and stuff.
In real time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, you get given the data. I should be given the data in about 7 days. So hopefully I can have a look at that, and then it'll help out with my fitness, my training, and obviously on the track as well.
That's awesome. So do you actually sit down? Obviously you sit down with the doctor and they go over all your data and say, you need to improve here, you're good here, blah, 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 all that good stuff.
Yeah, they even like get these like little clamps and they like start like pinching you like on your body everywhere, seeing how much like body fat and all sorts. And yeah, you have to get like stripped down.
That's hilarious, right? They're like, put this on for what, right? I thought I was gonna wear the cool mask, man. That was it, right? Yeah. And you obviously run on a treadmill with the mask on, right? Because it takes your heart rate, all that good stuff, how much oxygen intake, dude, that's awesome, man. It's good, man.
Yeah.
So how long typically does this test actually last?
So they do like in intervals. So they'll do like, I think it was a 3-minute like sprint. It's like it goes in levels. So it'll go like real slow. And then they'll have like 30-second break, and then it'll go to 9 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and so on. And it will go from like really easy, and they even give you like a level, like levels of how you're feeling, like from 1 to 20. And I'll be like, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm 10, I'm 10. And then all of a sudden it will get to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm 18, I'm 18. Because they put it up to like 17 kilometers, and that's when I, sort of finished. And I was like, and they're like, come on, push. And I'm like, I'm trying. And even my legs just at the end was like spinning out, and I was like, that's hard, but it's so good, honestly. Like what they give, like the information that they give is amazing.
That's awesome, man. Listen, man, we got a good mate, Jamie Hollins. What is up, bro? He says, hey guys, yeah, dude, Jamie is proper. Love that guy. He's doing big things for the sport, man. I'm proud of what he's done and what he's achieved. He's definitely going places. So Jamie, what is up? And then I got a good buddy of mine, Tahao. What is up, buddy? How you doing? He says, what's going on? And then of course, listen, one of my brother from another mother, my man Al, says pin the gas. You already know, right? So yeah, Harry, dude, that's awesome, man. Good insight. Thank you for explaining that to me. I've always just wondered exactly what goes on with those tests, but I want to get into how you actually got into motorcycles to begin with. How did that happen?
Like it just, when I was little, my dad would he used to like watch motorbikes all the time, and obviously football as well, but I wasn't really interested in that. But he'd put like MotoGP on a Sunday, Saturday, whatever. And I'd go up to the TV like all the time, and I'd just be like sat like right like face up against the TV screen and be like just watch it. And I watched the whole race just like up against the cabinet like this, and I'm like and then like my dad would be like, and it was amazing, my dad was like, oh, who's that rider, and I'd be like, that's Stoner, oh, that's Marquez. I'd know every rider at like the age of 2, and it was like that's when I sort of just loved it from then, really. And then like my dad would take me through the BSB paddock and have a look at different bikes. I'm sure you're aware of the Haribo racing team in Supersport. That was like my favorite bike back then because they used to have a lot of Haribos, like all the packets Haribos, and I'd like used to come up there and steal all the Haribos, and then like they'd have the trophy. And I actually said one day, and I said when I was a kid, and they had the trophy on top of the bike, and I was like, I want to win that one day. I want to win that. That's how I sort of got into it. And then Dad bought me a little, like, it was like an electric quad bike, and just around the garden. And one of my dad's mates was there as well, and he like watches racing. And I've never ridden before or anything. I just like got it for my first time. I was like going around trying to get like my knee down on this 4-wheel like quad bike, trying to replicate the MotoGP riders and stuff. And like my dad's mate was like, he needs to get on a bike. You need to get him racing because he's like fully like leaning off this thing. He even asked him like, has he ever like raced like ever? And my dad was like, no, like just like bought him it for Christmas, and he's just going around garden like, you know. So yeah, no, I loved it from then. Did a bit of football. For a bit, and then my dad then bought me like a nice like little PW50 motocross bike for my 8th. I think it wasn't my 8th. It was my 6th birthday, and I went around a little motocross track, and I actually crashed it, but then I just got straight back up and back on it, and because I just loved it, like from a sport, I just loved doing it, and I'd like, oh, that was so funny because thing is I didn't know like properly how to like sort of work it, and it was my first ever time, and I just forgot to use the brakes. I just went straight into these hay bales, just like straight into them. But yeah, no, that's where it all sort of started from there. And then mini bikes and. Yeah, that's when it all sort of started.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I grew up riding too myself, but my mom was always like, no, you can't have a motorcycle. My dad's like, yeah, let's get him a bike, right? But fortunately with me, I grew up in the military, so everywhere we went, I had becoming friends with somebody that had a motorcycle. So I still grew up riding, right? But I did the same thing first time. They're like, okay, this is your front brake, this is your rear brake, right? It was a 4-speed automatic, you know, and you ain't got to, you know, use the clutch. It didn't have no clutch, 4-speed automatic, right? So I took off, same thing, but I hit a fence. But yeah, I got right back up. I was laughing so hard, right? And it was like man, it was the most freedom I've ever felt in my life, right? It's hard to explain somebody the very first time you fall in love with a bike, the very first time you ride it. It's but it's a different experience for everybody, right? Everybody takes different things from it. So it's man. That's good stuff. So Mini Moto, man, tell us how Mini Moto went.
Yeah, so it was a Bambino championship. So it was on these like 90cc like pit bikes, and just did championship in that first ever time as well. And joined in the winter series, so it was only like probably like 5 or 6 rounds, and I actually came third in my first season. And I was like, my dad was like, well, he's quite good then, like, you know. So like the following season, I got this. I actually got my first proper like manual transmission 140 it was, and I did like a season in that. I was struggling quite a lot to sort of learn how to like use the clutch and stuff like that, all the basics still. So then that took me like a couple of years, and then I actually then the second year I was fighting for the championship, and then I broke my collarbone at one of the rounds, this one, and that weren't great. And then I sat out for about maybe just half a year, and then I did a bit of in Spain. Like I don't know what's called, it's RFME Championship, CEV. Just did like some rounds out there, and that was amazing. I learned so much out there, and I made some good friends. I'm sure you're aware of Hugo Milan, who passed away only probably a few years ago, but he was like a good friend of mine, and he taught me so much. Like he was like, no brake carry, and it's like, and I'm like, I'm braking, because in the UK we're always braking all the time, and like he was like, don't use brake, and even like his dad would be like, I'm going to cut the brake off if you keep using it. As a joke, of course, but no, I learned so much out there. And then I came over to the UK and got my ACU license on the RS125 in the fun sport, similar to Caden Wilkinson. I did it in the same year.
Okay.
And we were actually battling quite a lot in that. And
nice.
and then I broke a collarbone in 2019. So then I sat out again, and I then entered into the British Championship in 2020. in the British Talent Cup. That was my first year. We had nothing. We didn't know anything. Joined a team. The team was really good, but they just didn't have much knowledge about the NSX 250 as much. Like, we didn't have as much knowledge like with how to make the bike faster and stuff like that. And obviously, it's I'm learning these British tracks still. And so we were just sort of learning it, and then it came up to the 2021 season, and then got on the R3, 2 years on that. Second year, obviously won the race and got some podiums. And then obviously the year after that, last year, on the MV. So yeah, and then that was another learning year, and then this year is going to be a good year, I think.
It's going to be a proper mega year for sure. Absolutely, it is. You're gonna do big things for sure. We actually have a couple comments coming in already. Chris Lewis says, "Hey Chris, hey Harry, what is going on, bud?" Jamie Holland says, "Thanks for the positive words, Chris. Can't wait to see what Harry can do this year in Super Sport. I think he's going to fit in perfectly at the Affinity Sports Academy." Me too, Jamie. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah,
for sure. And then go ahead.
They're a really good team. Like, to be fair, I'm really sort of fitting in now where, I haven't even started the season. You were doing like fitness tests together with, I've been around Leon's, doing loads of stuff together, and I get along so well with my teammates. The guys in Super Teens get along so well with them, and yeah, me and Leon, it's amazing as well. Like, if Leon's watching, I mean, I feel so like connected with him. Like, I feel so like as if he's like my best mate now. It just feels so good. Like, honestly, I feel like it's going to be such a good year, and it's definitely going to be one to sort of watch out for, because I'm definitely going to fight for a championship. I think hopefully, if I, keep my head down, focus, and that's my goal anyway. I'm not claiming the championship, but in my head, that's my focus.
Absolutely, yeah. I love it too. I love you. Like, I'm a shark. I'm Megalodon. I'm coming in the water and I'm eating everybody. I'm getting this right, and that's the way you got to be. 100%, dude. I love it, bro. Let's go, Harry. That's what I'm talking about. I love it, dude. Yes. And then we got, of course, my mate Martin Adams. What is up, bro? He says, "Evening, guys. Hope you're all good. Absolutely happy days, right? Yeah, for sure, 110%." And then we actually have a question from Chris Lewis. He says, "What do you think to the changes that made with the Super Sport class this upcoming season, Harry? Seems mixed reaction in the paddock about the changes."
I really, to be honest, I haven't actually looked at the regulations as much, because they've only just literally banged them out.
Yeah.
So I literally haven't looked at them at all. So I'm sorry, I can't really answer your question about that. But I'm sure it'll be sort of similar to the same as last year. But yeah, with the ZX6 is obviously going to be different from myself. But I've already tested the old bike, and it is a good bike. I definitely feel comfortable and more similar to the R3, which obviously I had a really good year on. So yeah, no, it's going to be good, hopefully.
It will be. Yeah, absolutely. I keep saying it because it's true, man. It's everybody. You just wait and watch and see, man. Harry Cook, I'm telling you, big things, dude, for sure, 100%. All right, and then we actually have a comment, man, a question from my good buddy Andrew Davis. What is up, brother, man? He says, that's Ben Arnold. Sorry, Andrew. I'll pull yours up in a second. Harry's a really nice lad. Wish him all the best. Can't wait. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And this is my mate, Andrew. He says, "Have you noticed different types of atmospheres in the paddock in different countries? I've always wondered that."
To be honest, I always obviously watch like MotoGP and stuff. I don't really focus too much on the paddock life as much. Obviously, just focused on racing all the time on the track, and that's my sort of main aim and main goal to sort of look at. But no, to be honest, I don't really notice much. I mean, most of the time, if I am at racing as well, like, I'll just sit in the caravan, just on my PlayStation, learning the track, or having a nice sleep before the next race.
Yeah, it's so Andrew, I've been over there to BSB. I mean, obviously I go to MotoGP pretty much every year in Moto America. There is atmosphere differences as far as the energy, right? MotoGP, of course, is obviously a high energy because it's the premier championship. You just don't have as much freedom to walk around, right? Moto America, of course, we do it the best as far as Harry. We have an open pit policy, right? So where you pay your $80 for the weekend and you can go up to Jake Gagne, Cam Beaubier. You don't have to have a special pass, or I don't have to know Harry Cook to get in, right? And all this stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
But BSB, man, to me was so magical. All of them are, even Moto America, right? But what I find being between all of them is that the crowd at BSB was more lively. Means
dude,
absolutely. Every practice session, every race, dude, it was packed, right?
Honestly, like I'd be like coming out of caravan and there'd be like already like 20,000 on a Friday. It's like, and then like midday it'll get to like 30, 40. It's like, and it'll be the whole weekend as well. Like the British fans are so good, and like, you know, it's honestly like such an atmosphere. I love like waking up in the morning on the Sunday and seeing fans walking about. It's like amazing. And I'll be like going on my way to a shower and everyone's like, "Oh, it's very good." Like, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, actually, to be fair, like I've been in World Superbike paddock only for one round at Portimao. Yeah, it's a good paddock. Like, you know, it's a lot more space how they do the paddock. Obviously, they open it up a bit more, but then at the same time, I think they're bigger tracks anyway, so you're gonna have bigger paddocks. But yeah, no, I don't really notice much difference. Except the fact that the scooters are all electric over there, because I'll be like walking about and there'll be like Alex Lowe's trying to get through and he'll like always run me over. I'm like, oh. But yeah, no, I mean, they're both amazing paddocks. All of them are amazing paddocks. I've actually, you know, I went to Silverstone last year in MotoGP to watch some of the racing, and like it's so. I think it's getting a lot better now because you walk around like the paddock. Obviously, you have to have the pass, but when you've got the pass and you're in the paddock, all the riders are about, and it's so nice to sort of go and see him, get a photo. You know, I got a photo of Marquez, and I'm like, that's my dream rider. Like, so, you know, that's so amazing. So it's like, you know, yeah, they're all similar in their own ways. Sorry, different in their own ways, but yeah, they've all got the same sort of positive attitude in racing as well. Especially, they've all got their own positive attitude in racing, and yeah, that's really good.
It is, man. It's you're right. So Chris says, you know, sad that you cannot get in the MotoGP paddock. Chris Lewis, absolutely you can. You either got to know somebody, be a team guest, but here in America, I'm not. I heard it's different over there in the European rounds as far as MotoGP goes. I think you got to know somebody or a team member to actually get in the paddock behind the scenes. But here in America. But here in America, Harry, they actually sell a VIP pass, right? They're like $300 or $350, but it's a limited. So they'll basically put it out, right? And they have a limited number. Of course, they don't want 10,000 people back behind the garages, right? Because then it'd make it real difficult. So it's limited. If you do get a hold of it, which I've been fortunate enough past couple of years to get one, you go back there and man, I met all them guys, man. Like, dude, Ricardo Rossi, right? I walked up to him.
Yeah, of course,
I got a big Marco Simicelli tattoo, right?
Yeah.
And of course, he raced for the SICK squad 58. And I was like, bro, dude, I'm a huge fan. You mind if I get a photo? And he looks at my tattoo. I was like, dude, I'm a huge fan of Marco, right? He's like, bro, dude, that's awesome. We took a picture, and he's like, come on, man, walk with me, dude. He took me back into the Moto3 garage, bro.
Wow.
I was like, dude, this is amazing. I met all the team members. It was I can't put it into words how proper mega it was. It was just it was, man. It was so surreal. I've been such a fan, right? And to be there, it was but yes, you can get into the paddock. But yeah, most of the time you overseas, from my understanding. Now I don't know, allegedly, I don't know if it's 100% true, but you got to know somebody.
To be honest, I work with I work with someone in Dorna who just helps me out commercially side with just and he does an amazing job of it, just helping me out with sponsors and stuff like that, because obviously, you know, racing does get really hard, you know, at doing it with no support. So it's always good. But yeah, no, he helped us out a bit with the passes and stuff. So yeah, as like a little like Dorna guest.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm actually trying to. I think the VIP pass is already sold out this year. So unfortunately, I didn't get one. I want to I want to try to get my hands on one. So we'll see if anybody's out there listening, man, that could help me out would be much appreciated for sure. It'd be proper, right? And then, man, my man, Ben Lee, what is up? He just said, just wanted to say hello, mates. Looking forward to a great 2024 season. Got to drive, but thanks, Chris. We'll catch up with each other soon. Absolutely, we will, mate. And then going back to what Chris said earlier, he's to his previous question, Harry, he said it was more about the removal of the 600 class and bringing in of the new champions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I think it to be honest, it's not much of a massive change, I guess, but obviously it's quite a shame seeing the stock 6 class go. Because that was a really close racing sport for a lot of people, but bringing in the sport bike, I think it's going to be a lot more closer because the horsepowers are much more smaller, so obviously it's going to be more close racing. And obviously you got the Super Teens, which is also going to be it's really good racing, to be fair, because it's all the same bikes, all going to be the 400. So and obviously Kawasaki have built an amazing bike, so I think it's going to be an amazing championship. But,
they're going to be on the new ZX 400 RRs, correct?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's 400. Yeah, it's an inline 4. Like they've got the pistons like that small. It's like it's crazy,
right? You see me like, what? That's it? Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah. So everybody, they call it the ZX. We call it ZX, but it's but you're right, Harry. The little 400 pistons are like this big. You're like, you got to be kidding me right now, right?
They're firing like this. It's crazy how fast.
You're like, this is mental, right? Have you ridden the ZX 400 RR?
No, I haven't. No, I was thinking about like just testing one because they were doing like little like test days at Donington Park and Alton. And I was thinking about riding one, but no, I never actually got to the chance of doing it.
Well, hopefully you will, man. I'm sure they'll let you 100%. We actually have another man, Matt Anthony. He's actually a photographer that takes a lot of pictures out there at BSB.
Yeah, good mate.
What is going on? Yeah. Matt's proper, man. He is. He says, Harry, top lad, looking forward to this season. I see a lot of the lads in the paddock are great mates, and I'm sure you're racing against a lot of friends, but who do you think your main competition is for the season? Great question.
That is a great question.
Great question.
Obviously, I mean, it depends on during the like free practice sessions and the qualifying, and whoever's really in front of me is whoever my target is. I wish I could say names, but the thing is, I don't know. Like, it could be showing up or something. You never know. But that's another thing as well with the sport is like you never really know what's going to happen. Like all the time, I could say my rival, but then all of a sudden he might be like in front of me, or he even might be behind me, and I'll be like, "Well, I need a new rival." But I don't know. I mean, I had some good close racing with I forgot his name now. On the R6. What's his name? Gosh, why have I forgot his name? We'll get back to it. But I've had some good racing with some riders. Ryan Garside as well was a good. I had some good races with him. I'm really striving to sort of aim for like the top positions. So really, whoever's in like the top 10, maybe is the rivals.
Harry said, "I am the competition." Yeah, I'm here to eat and I'm hungry, right? So they're all my competition. Off the bike, we're mates. We'll go have a pint, hang out. Yeah, but
exactly. Yeah, that is it. Yeah,
exactly. As soon as that helmet, especially when that visor goes,
exactly.
That's it. It's on and popping from that point on.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I mean, if you're leaving straight away, as soon as you leave pit lane, it's like you're a different sort of animal. I mean, if you meet me, I'm such a nice person. Like, I think I should imagine, hope so for everyone. But I'm so just. I want to be kind to people because I feel like they deserve that kindness. Obviously, I want to make people feel welcome and. But I make some friends in the paddock. To be honest, I'm not a guy to really make friends in the paddock. Like I sort of like I said earlier about the caravan, I was sitting there and just go on my PlayStation or watch videos revised for the track or go to sleep or whatever, But I stay in there or hang around with my friends. With my family and my team. But I never really like go out and make loads of friends because the thing is, I'm there to sort of race. I'm there to race and Not really there to make friends, but obviously I'm polite to people. I'm still like going to be good mates. Obviously, with my teammates, I'm good mates with them. But on the track as well, just want to beat him. That's all I want to do, just beat him.
Right. I mean, it's different bringing your mates outside from racing into the paddock to hang out with you for the weekend, right? But yeah, I could see where it'd be hard to be a real competitive racer and be real good friends with an opponent. Not saying that it can't happen, not saying that there's not people out there that do it now, right? Which is great.
I mean, other people work with different, in different ways. I mean, you can have a good mate and obviously get on with them and have a nice weekend and whatever. But personally, I just stay focused on the weekend. I just keep my head in the game instead of going out and about and hang around with mates. Just stay focused, especially for this year anyway. Like, I just want to. My main goal is to just keep getting the best results as possible.
Facts, 110%, man. Yes. And then Chris says, as I know, like others, never go to a BSB event without waterproofs. Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
facts, right? That's what I tell my friends here. I was like, look, man, when you go to BSB, because I'm coming back in 2025, I can't wait. But this time I want to do 2 rounds. I want to do the round before Cadwell, and of course, I got to come back to Cadwell, man. It's the best track in the world. But now, go. Sorry, Harry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really been around Cadwell, to be fair. Like, Cadwell, I only done it once, like as a track day, and it was all right. Like, it was only R3, so it's like I didn't really get to like. I just wanted to jump the mountain. That was like my main goal, just to get some airtime on this little 300. And I was like whacking it like second gear, just.
That's awesome.
No, yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, no, it is a mega track, to be fair. But I want to go on there on a super sport. I mean, that would be amazing. That would be,
You'll get your chance for sure, right?
Exactly. I think, well, I'll definitely be there this year.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, I want to hit 2 rounds up for sure. But yeah, he's right, dude. Like, so my first time there, I need to bring a jacket, a pair of pants, a pair of shorts, an umbrella, a beanie hat, a hat, right? A rain jacket. You need it all. It's
all the time.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's hard to explain, but again, what an experience, man. BSB to me has been. I catch flack a lot, right? Because obviously I'm American and I talk about BSB all the time.
That's right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's a proper series. It really is. And I catch flack too. They're like, oh man, but they got it easy as far as the travel, right? Well, that's not their fault. They live in the UK and it's so small, right? But yeah, I would love to have that, but that's why it makes it difficult out here, Harry, for people starting out to actually go from, dude, it's a 3-day drive from Virginia to California.
Really?
3 days. Yes. So if I want to go ride at Laguna Seca, I'm 3 days in a car.
What?
Right. Yes. Fair,
America is massive, though, to be honest. Like,
it is.
As a country, it's huge. Like, I mean, it's not really. Is it a country, America? It is a country. It is. Yeah. It's not like Africa. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it's that big. I mean, like, you got like loads of like continents like in America, haven't you? Like you go around and yeah, like you say, it's a long drive everywhere. And it
is. But BSB is, and I tell them all, is because their classes are a little bit different, the way they're structured. But to me, most of it is the super bikes, Harry. They don't have the electronics that all the other bikes in the world do, right? So it's old school, proper racing. This is your throttle control. This is your 240 horsepower. It's mental, right?
It is. I mean, to be honest, like, fair play to the guys in BSB. I mean, every time I watch them, it's like to be fair, I understand it, but obviously, because we have like torque maps and stuff, obviously you can change the bike through like electronics, so you can make sort of like your own traction control, but with the percentage of the throttle. So yeah, like, it is crazy how you see it, but they are so pinpoint accurate everywhere around the track. I mean, they are literally like going around the corners and they'll know exactly how much throttle they need to put on, because the bikes are absolute monsters. I mean, the Ducatis and the BMWs especially are so like torquey out of corners. I mean, it's unreal. Like, watching them around like Knock Hill and Cadwell Park especially it's amazing, honestly.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, Harry. So like when I was there, of course, on Friday, the Super Sport goes out and the GP2 bikes and then I see the super stock bikes go out and then here come the big boys, Ryan Vickers and dude, all them guys, right? Peter Hickman, man, and they come around and I was like, holy shit. It is a different world. Them guys, they don't play. They're flat out. It's the first time I seen Josh Brooks, bro, launch it off the mountain.
It was amazing.
Listen, I tell everybody this, dude, it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's oh my god, dude. Ryan Vickers too. Big shout out to Ryan Vickers, dude. Just straight sends it, bro. It's it's crazy, dude. And look, big shout out to Caden Wilkinson, man, because he was properly sent it too, man. Actually, dude, he actually passed a rider jumping the jump, dude. It was mental, bro. Yeah, it was mental.
He didn't jump over him, did he?
No, it would be proper, right, if he did. But dude, it was just crazy. Yeah, because the guy didn't catch much air, and he went on the inside, on the left hand, on the right hand side of him, dude, and just launched it past him. And I was like, bro, this is mental. It is, dude.
Watching it myself, I mean, I can't wait to do the track because it does look really good. So, but yeah, I mean, it's one of my first ever time on the track this year, so I'll just take a lot of time to sort of learn it on the Super Sport bike, and then hopefully should just be strong from Saturday qualifying. But obviously, I think I'm going to have a lot of track days around there, so I can just sort of get the use of it. So it's an amazing track.
It is. So, do you guys go out there and do the track walks too?
But all the time. Yeah, like from even on if I get there on a Wednesday, I'll get on the track and just keep walking it. Or sometimes I actually run around there. I did 12 kilometers run around Donington Park. Just kept going laps, and this is like I think it was about 5 o'clock, and I was like, look, Mum, I'm going going for a track run. So it's a good way to keep the blood flowing and keeping sharp and things, and obviously getting the track maps out on a walk and just trying to see like everywhere where I can brake, where I can put the throttle on, lines, everything is so important for the whole weekend. But it's good.
It's a good way to do it too, right? And so we have another. It's a comment from Daryl Powell. What is up, man? He says, "I've done 10 years in MotoGP, 1 year in BSB, and this will be our 5th year in World Superbikes. And I'll be honest, I believe BSB was one of the most enjoyable year, and I think it's fantastic. True motorcycle fans, absolutely, mate, 110%. It's it's straight mental. Let's see, we have some more comments coming in. Let's he said, Chris says he'll pop by and say hi to you at the BSB event. He's also got another question. Chris, dude, you're awesome, dude. He keeps coming with these questions. He says, Harry, do you ever get frustrated when you are dodging the fans on the bike like with Donington? I know it's quite a small paddock when you're dodging the fans when riding on the track for the sessions. Riding to the track, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, as long as you just sort of get slow. I mean, obviously they'll hear the bikes and stuff when they're going around. I don't really get frustrated as much because obviously I have to keep my mind sort of calm before I get out on the track. And I have a lot of respect for people, obviously, because I'm on the bike anyway. So that it's just their job to just sort of move out of the way. But I mean, it'd be nicer if people were sort of I don't know. I mean, if you're in pit lane, I mean, there's obviously no problem. But obviously, if there was people on the sides, maybe on like railings or something, then maybe like them barriers, and maybe keep halfway a bit clearer and safer. But I mean, most people hear the bike anyway, especially the MV. Last year, I mean, that was absolute. Honestly, with the exhaust on, it was so loud, so people were listening to it anyway. But I never really have any problems with it. So I mean, it's all right.
Yeah, I noticed that at Cadwell Park. So here in America, of course, the privateers and all that, they come from the back. But yeah, it's basically the same everywhere. Fans are respectful when they see the sessions coming out because you hear it on the loudspeaker anyway if you're paying attention, right? And so yeah, it is. And then Jack Knights, what is going on, man? Do you know Jack?
Yeah, no, Jack. Yeah, Jack's
yeah, Jack's awesome, man. I can't wait to have a chat with him. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, he's funny.
So, man. So, 2023 season, Harry, how do you rate your 2023 season? Like your expectations going in versus what you achieved?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, the expectations was absolutely nothing. I mean, I just literally went in with just the mindset of learn the bike, learn how the championship is, and see how the riders ride. Learn from the other riders, of course, when you're going around in free practice and qualifying all the different sessions. See how the racecraft is, and yeah, I literally just went in not even thinking about sort of winning, but especially at the start. Because obviously as well, jumping from the 300 onto the 800 was a massive jump. I mean, going from 100 horsepower more, I think the R3 was around, can't remember, it was like in the 40s, yeah, 40, yeah.
40
And then now
horsepower.
going on to the MV was about 138, 139. So it's
Right.
like going straight from there to that is like a huge jump. So no, learning obviously was the main thing. And then towards the end of the season was from about Snetton, we were looking to actually start getting our heads down, because I knew how the bike was towards then. And but yeah, I mean, with the MV, I tried pushing on it, but it wasn't like we just didn't have the right team set up. I mean, fair play to my dad. I mean, he's done everything so right. He has tried so hard, especially all of the years of racing as well. Like he's always owned the team, and he has done a really good job. But you see, like now teams, you got like professional mechanics and people that are specific, got qualifications to do different things. Whereas we literally had, I mean, don't get me wrong, my mechanic was really good. Like we had Dave Benoit, he was really good. But like people now have got like these, he was good on his own, but people had like multiple different mechanics.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just hard to compete versus that. And so yeah, like with suspension as well. I mean, I really wanted the Öhlins. Because Öhlins work out like so well for me as a preference as a rider. It just works so well. But obviously we didn't use them for the MV because obviously we heard that they were a good suspension, so we used them, but we never actually put my preferred Öhlins on for the after that. But I feel like I could have done better if I had a better setup on the MV, but the chassis wasn't the greatest, obviously, because trying to turn it through like chicanes was like so hard. Like the small little like corners was so like hard to just heave the bike around. And you can see like the R6, especially the Kawasaki's as well. They just go bop bop like through the corner, and it's like, how can I do that? Like I'm trying so hard. I'm like saying to like my mechanic, I'm like, we need to do something to the suspension because mine feels like a bus.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it was a good season, of course, like learning. But yeah, that was the main sort of thing, and then obviously getting my head down towards the end. So yeah.
And so how big? Obviously, it was a big jump. Everybody knows, but what was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome coming from the 300 to the MV?
Yeah, so like
because it's heavier, right? It's a lot heavier.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And going like like with braking and stuff with the R3, you could just run it in on the brakes and like hold it, and you'd make the line, and it was just so much of a different sort of style where you can just flow it into the corner, just chuck it straight in, and whack the throttle on like full pedal, and you wouldn't even like make a little twitch on the rear because it's just so like has no power basically.
Yeah.
You go, but with it's completely different ball game of a Supersport bike. It's literally you just go in the corner and you got to brake, and you just got to like park it into the corner and then accelerate out. And with the MV, I was told to sort of V the corner, like hit first apex and then second apex to get a good drive out.
Yeah.
And that all that sort of stuff I had to learn for the Supersport bike because the habits that I had on the R3 wasn't the best. So that was a massive sort of curb, and obviously the power as well, like getting used to that. Like I remember my first time on the MV, it was like I went on the back straight at Snetterton on the track day, and I wasn't expecting much, to be fair. I was just like, oh, it's just going to be like a bit more powerful. Honestly, I was beside this Kawasaki ZX10, and I went next to it, and I thought, right, I'm just going to pin it and drag race it. And I literally just went like, this is the first lap ever. And it just went, blah, blah, blah. And like, it felt literally like as if I was in like a time warp. It felt like I was just like, it was full of my arms, and I was like, Jesus, like, yeah, like, that was the massive thing. And I sort of got used to that probably, I'd say after Donington, I got used to sort of the speed. of the bike, and then and it just become normal now.
Yeah, it pulls so much harder, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's like, you're like, I got to build up my shoulder strength for this thing for sure,
exactly.
right?
It's physical as well on a bigger bike. Like obviously, like you mentioned about the weight of the bike, it's massively different because you've got to almost like get right off the bike and throw it around. Especially with the MV, I was working very hard trying to move her out on the bike and turn it. Like I suffered a bit with arm pump, just a little bit. Like it weren't like a full arm pump. It was like a diagnosis before. It was like compartment syndrome, whatever it was. And that's what I sort of started getting. So I had to, like, obviously for my fitness for myself, I had to go to the gym, get musclier and start stocking up. And that's especially what I'm doing for this year is going into the gym a lot more, getting a bit more muscle.
That's right. That's right. It's funny you just said that because Chris actually said, is arm pump a big problem for racers? Do all riders get it to a degree?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like it is so horrible. Like it's a horrible feeling. Like I actually crashed. Well, I'm not going to blame it on the arm pump, but I mean, it was done in round 2, I think, and it was a free practice session. I actually just came back from school because I was doing my GCSEs that year, and then I'd come in with my school clothes and then get my suit on and then ready, and I had to like sort of just bang in a lap time, get a really fast lap time, and obviously I'm pushing, and my arm started. You get this it's a weird one to describe. You get this like sort of dead feeling in your arm, like someone's like punched you like really hard in the arm. That's a similar sort of feeling, but it gets really tight. You can't really feel your hand as much, and you lose like most grip in your hand. And so when I went onto the brakes, I was like braking, and I could mostly on the brakes you can feel it, and it's only on this arm as well, like because obviously it does a lot more than what this arm does. So you're braking, you can feel it through your arm, and I just felt all that feeling in my fingers, and I didn't know how much I was putting on the brake, and it just folded. And then so it's a horrible feeling, and doing it for laps and laps and laps, like it's almost like as if you're just getting punched in the arm all the time every time you enter a corner. It's that very similar feeling. So it's a horrible feeling, honestly, terrible.
Yeah, and then a lot of riders actually get surgery for that.
Yeah, so you can actually it's a lot of money though, but I mean they sort of like cut like a line through your arm right here, and then it'll have like I'm sure a lot of people like do a lot of cooking and stuff. If you
like a sausage casing,
like a like a roast chicken, like a chicken, like the skin on it. It's like that sort of similar stuff. It like builds up around your muscle, and they actually have to cut that, so it lets the muscle free up again, and then they obviously restitch it. It's a horrible surgery, but I mean it definitely works out a lot. So I mean I might look into that actually in the future, just to sort of reopen my arm and get it back to how it was.
It's all racers absolutely suffer from it for sure. Absolutely. And then he says, I have huge respect for all BSB riders, but I'm super impressed with rookies like Max Cook and Storm Stacy, who is not a fan of Storm. Dude, Storm Stacy is the man. Bro, he was so awesome. Every time I met Storm, bro, it was like, bro, dude, he was pointing at me and laughing, dude. Come up, give me a big old high five, dude. It was, man, our energy together was just intense. It was, dude, he's awesome, man.
He is,
Big shout out to Max Cook and Storm Stacy. Storm Lord Stacy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of people get confused with me and Max. Obviously, we both have the same surname, but people are like, "Is that your brother?" Is that? And I'm like, "No, it's not my brother." So a lot of people thinking that I'm not his brother. But I wish I was. I wish I rode like him. But I mean, but no, I'm not his brother.
Yeah. You know what? You will, man. Trust me. You'll.
No, of course. Yeah, I'm trying my best, and that's all I can do. So just keep going, keep fighting, and
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. It's big things are coming your way, man. So 2023, a learning curve, 300 to 600 proper jump, right? I mean, that's probably one of the biggest jumps you can do besides getting on a full-blown super bike, right?
Honestly, it's a huge jump. Like,
even,
like a lot of people would ask, like, why did you not go on the stock 6? And because obviously the stock 6 is a lot more less power. But I looked at it and I just thought, like, I want to learn data. I want to learn that sort of stuff. So then when I jump onto a bigger bike like BSB, I then know what data is, instead of going completely blind in super sport with sort of, you know, with the same bike, but not knowing data obviously is different. And obviously I'd have 2 years on a 600, but 1 year I wouldn't know what data was. So now I have 2 years experience with data, and obviously they're more powerful bikes. So it's more similar to a British Superbike or World Superbike or whatever. Yeah.
I think that's a smart move too, man. Getting in there as early as you can, you know,
Yeah,
telemetry, learning the data, the break points, the on and off throttle, the yada, yada, right? We get lost in this whole, telemetry stuff.
I could go in like so much about it, but yeah, it's just so long. Like you learn so much, like you say, all but like telemetry and stuff. Yeah,
it is
so confusing.
it does, right? And you can sit there for hours and just get lost because I mean, I'm interested in it too. I mean, if I was a rider, I'd be like, yeah, dude, let me see my data versus what he's doing and blah blah blah. I mean, but that's how you learn, right? That's,
of course, yeah.
That's exactly so. Do we have another comment? Man, my mate Peter Marsh, bro, what is up? Evening, Chris and Harry. Looking forward to see what he can do on the Kawasaki this year. Me too. Everybody knows, dude. I love Peter Marsh, Jake Marsh. I'm a huge fan. I got Jake's t-shirt right here in the background. I actually run Jake's logo. I'm bad with the computer. Right there we go. Jake on my personal t-shirt. Huge fan and supports. Do you know Jake?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a good mate of mine. Yeah. Good luck to Jake.
Jake's awesome. Yeah, proper man. So 2023, like I said, MV, how did this whole Kawasaki deal come?
Well, yeah, so obviously I was on the MV and I mean we just were looking into like a team setup sort of scenario. So we were looking around just like for some teams, and then obviously we got in touch with Leon. And he was like, we're looking for some riders. This is right on the last round as well, like because we were just like struggling so much trying to find who's available. And we found Leon. And honestly, I get along with Leon anyway. As a kid, I used to look up to him, and he'd be like my favorite bit. He was my favorite BSB rider for sure, because honestly, he is such a good rider, Leon.
Oh yeah,
but, I mean, that's how I sort of go into it. Like, and then on the Kawasaki as well. I think Kawasaki is an amazing bike. I follow all the World Superbike stuff, and Johnny Ray being champion and like six times now, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously they've got good history, and the 636 does really well in our championship as well, with Tom on the Cowie, and so is Zach Corduroy. So yeah, it's a good bike, and obviously I've tested it at Donington as well. And honestly, such an amazing handling bike. Like, its strong point is braking, like going into corners. It's so stable. Like, you press the brake and it doesn't even move. Like, it just stays like planted. Like with the MV, I was braking and it's just like so like all over the place. Like rear end's coming up, and then obviously like exiting corners as well. Like, it's so linear with the Kawasaki. Like, you put a throttle on, it's just so smooth. No like sudden movements or anything like that. With the MV, it was all the time. Like, when you put a throttle on, it's just like what like all the time. It's just it wasn't great. So with the Kawasaki, 100% brilliant bike. I can't wait to race it this year, because I can actually push a bike to its limit now.
Which is a big deal. It makes a world of a difference, dude. I mean, I've ridden an MV Agusta. My buddy had one.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's amazing.
They're great. Yeah,
they are amazing bikes, stunning bike. Honestly, like, they sound nice. They look great, and like, it's like an Italian woman. You just look at it. And it's
facts.
Like, exactly.
Facts, right? You're like, I just want to touch it. Yeah, I just want to ride it. Yeah, exactly like an Italian woman. 110%. Yes. But you're right. I've had several Kawasaki's 636. It's always been one of my favorite bikes. You're right. You know, in Harry, you'll see a bike and you're like, man, that bike's so badass. You know, when you finally get to sit on it, you're like, this bike does not suit me at all. Like, no matter what geometry changes, clip-ons, rear sets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's the tank, it's the chassis, it's the seat, it's everything, right?
Everything, yeah.
But when you do find that match and you get on it, you're like, oh my God, where's you been my whole life, girl? I love you, right? It makes it because it also inspires your confidence. Now you're like you said, it's dead stable on the brakes. Bam, and I got it, you know, and it's one less thing you got to worry about, right?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, and you just feel so comfortable. Like, I just felt actually, I was going out on like one of my first out laps, and it actually brought like a tear to my eye of happiness, because I was going around and like literally I just turning, it just turned so easy. Like I literally just moved my bum off the seat and it just went like that. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like it was my first lap as well, like going down Craners. And I went through the right. And as you go down into the left, I almost cut the whole track. Like it was that like just turned and I went straight over the grass and I was like, what, this thing turned like so quick. And I was like, it was amazing. And I was just having so much fun with it. It was just honestly one of the best bikes out there for sure.
Yeah, it's I can't wait. Everybody can't wait to see what you're gonna do next year on this Kawasaki. You know, Kawasaki's been it's been a good bike, man. You know, they're out here in America, like you. Unfortunately, our sports bike market has severely crashed. Right, there's hardly. I go down to my local dealership. There's not one sports bike on the show.
Really?
Yes, wow. Not one. Right, which is sad. It really is. Yeah, it is, but there are dealerships obviously that have them, but Kawasaki they hit a nail on the head with the ZX6, the 636 because dude, you can buy one. They're like $10,500 out here. That's pretty cheap, right? Where when they did have the R6 out here, they're like $14,000.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no.
Right.
I mean, the Kawasaki is a good bike as well. I'm not going to say better bike, but you know, I mean, it's a good bike. I've never ridden the R6, but hopefully, I should imagine it's a better bike than the R6.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they all have their pluses and minuses, right?
So yeah, I mean, every bike has their perks,
their own characters.
The bike last year, I mean, it had its sort of strong points with like acceleration coming out of corners. I mean, it was twitchy as anything. I mean, like coming out of corners, it would just always do that. But I mean, if it had the grip, like coming out of corner, it would just literally just straight out and top speed as well. Like we were beating Ducatis in a straight line, and it was amazing. But then you know, with the British tracks as well, with the Kawi, obviously you don't need top speed all the time. It's all about the handling as well on these tracks, because you need a bike that can go around Alton Park and Cadwell Park sort of like, you know, comfortably. You know, you shouldn't have to be wrestling it. But yeah, no, the Kawi is a really good bike. Yeah, it's just so nice to ride.
That's awesome, man. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, I can't, Harry. Big things are coming. It's and you look good in green too, man. Yeah, you look good in that Kawasaki.
Definitely a different look. I've even got like a t-shirt as well. Like I've gone full repping the Kawasaki now. Yeah, no, it's good color.
I need to get me a Harry Cook shirt, man, so I can wear it on my podcast, bro.
Yeah, of course. 100%. Yeah, I should be getting some merchandise done soon. I was going to look into your the company Clothing Kings. That you know they
you should. Bro, you should reach out to Martin. I'm telling you, dude, Martin. Dude. Matter of fact, we'll chat after the podcast. But yes, listen, Harry, dude, proper, bro. What an honor it is. I want to get away from motorcycle. I want to talk what Harry does away from racing, right? So, PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Right. Yeah, I'll play the PlayStation too. What games in the console?
Oh, we got Ride 5, MotoGP 23, we got F1 23. I've even got I've literally got like a full setup here. It's not great.
Nice, man.
I mean, this is my gaming chair, this dining chair, but
nice.
We got like the wheel, we got the TV, everything. PS5 there, yeah. I mean, I've got some good GTA, obviously, you know.
Listen, we'll have to play. I'll download Ride 5, man. We'll get on there and do it up, dude. That'd be awesome. Yeah, it did. So real quick, dude, my man Martin Adams says he would be happy to help, bro. The Clothing King. I'm telling everybody out there, it's proper. But yeah, we'll get into that. So, dude, Netflix and chill. What Netflix series are you watching?
I actually aren't. It's called Sex Education. The series, and watching that in a minute. Just watching that halfway through that.
I heard it was a good series.
Yeah, it is quite good, to be fair. I think it's about a guy and he has problems talking to girls.
Yeah,
quite similar to me, to be fair. I mean, I've got better at it, like talking to girls. I mean, to be fair, like I used to be quite like sort of frigid with girls, and now I'm like, you know, getting quite comfortable with it now.
Women are I love all women, dude. They're just different.
Yeah,
They naturally, I think they make men kind of nervous anyway, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, 100%.
Because our biggest fear obviously is rejection, right? We don't want to be
Yeah, all the
rejected.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's dude, no problem, dude. Harry, they'll be knocking down your door in no time, bro, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right.
Just bring them in there.
Oh, I love it, dude. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, DC or Marvel?
I'll say I do like a bit of Batman. I do like DC. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, DC. Yeah, 100%.
What's your favorite DC movie?
Batman.
Yeah, I like that. So I watched the newest one with man, what's that? The guy that played in dude, the vampire series. Everybody there a couple years ago that was going ape shit over.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got Edward. Isn't his first name Edward something? Maybe I don't know, but that movie wasn't as good as the other Batman movies.
No.
It's like they played the same music throughout the whole movie. Every time you see Batman, it was always that duh, duh. I was like, dude, what's going on here? Right? It's
yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like you. So Star Wars, are you a Star Wars fan?
I don't watch it much. I used to watch it a little bit before, but no, I don't watch it often. I know. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry about the Star Wars fans,
dude. It's all good, mate. I'm a Star Wars nerd, man, for sure. But
you can get me into it.
Yeah, I will, dude, for sure. It's good, man. It's good, good series for sure. What's Harry's favorite food?
Oh, I do like some pasta. I do like pasta. I like a lot of Italian food. I like myself some pizza, nice pizza. Have you ever tried a calzone? Where it's it's a folded pizza. Oh, that's amazing. Honestly, you have the cheese inside, the pepperoni, the meat, or you can have anything really in it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's so nice. Yeah, that's any Italian food really. And I want to try the Florentina steak. I like steak. I love steak. Yeah,
dude,
it's like a big steak, isn't it? It's like a really big steak with a bone. I think it still has a bone in it. Yeah,
yeah, you'll love it. It's good, man. Yeah, it's good. I like my favorite food is Thai food. I love Thai food. Yeah. Indian food, Greek food. But yeah, I'm a big Italian fan too. I hear we have we also make a stromboli, which is like a calzone, right? It's like it's almost like a calzone, but they slice it on the top, right? It's the same thing, man. You can fill it with whatever you want, ricotta or meats, whatever, right? It's man, good stuff. So, do you like spicy food?
Yeah, I do. I do like sort of strong food. I mean, I sort of, because my mum is she's actually half Italian. So I sort of carry on a bit of the food aesthetics side of things. So I do like some strong foods. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Dude, that's are you reading any books? Favorite book?
Honestly, I don't really read any books. There's always on it. But to be fair, I mean, books is all right, but now they make it movies, and I feel like movies are better than books. So I mean, it's like you just sit and watch it like this, instead of having to read a book for ages.
Yeah, true. I don't really read books. I listen to the audio books. I do like to listen. It's like podcasts, right? You're at work, you throw your headbuds in or whatever, and
all the time.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Yeah, it's actually I just got done with Matthew McConaughey, The Green Light, which is a really good book. Well, yeah, man, good stuff. So let me ask you this, Harry. If we made a movie about Harry Cook, what actor would play Harry in your movie?
Oh gosh, who would? Oh gosh, good question. I'm trying to think now. Oh, you've got me thinking. A good actor. I think I'd have to choose one out of. Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's good with Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, because he's funny in his own ways, but then he gets to sort of when he's serious about Spider-Man and that it's sort of the similar sort of thing.
It is. My favorite actor is Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, yeah. Of course,
I like Keanu, right? John Wick, The Matrix, Johnny Utah, yeah. Dude, that's awesome, man. Celebrity crush. I love that laugh, dude.
Gosh, I have many.
Me too, right? Just off the top of the head. Okay, you can think about it. We can come back to it.
Yeah, I have to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, think about that. So, everybody knows I'm a big soccer fan, right? The real football, not the American football. Who's your soccer team?
Well, like just normal, like British football sort of thing, like Premier League. Football team, Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal's a good team, man. It's good. So, but I like Inter Miami here in America as far as MSL goes. Right. Yeah, for sure. And then my favorite player is Messi, right? Who don't like Messi? Dude, Messi's a legend, dude. Let's just keep it honest, right? It's of course Ronaldo, and I like Mbappe. Mbappe's really good. I mean, I can go on and on about soccer, dude. I'm a huge I play soccer, FIFA on the PlayStation. Yeah, I can't get none of my friends to play with me because nobody likes soccer here but me. Boo, boo. Disappointed, man, for real. It's
I mean, football's like, I mean, a lot of people like it, but especially in the UK, it's a massive sport. I mean, UK is huge. Football in the UK is huge. So, I mean, yeah, I sort of feel like the odd one out in the UK, but there's obviously a lot of BSB fans out there as well. But yeah, I mean, motorbikes, is my favorite sport for sure. I don't really watch football. Yeah,
hands down. Like off season, like now, right? I go back and I watch reruns, whether it's on TV, MotoGP, BSB, all that, dude. I'm always watching reruns. And my favorite race of the year is the Isle of Man TT, hands down.
Yeah.
It's dude. It's those guys are just proper, dude. So, would you ever race the Isle of Man TT?
I think it's definitely a sport sort of where it can be fun. Like I can see it being really like, fun riding the roads at full flat out. I mean, it's crazy watching it. But I feel like if you was to have a crash or an off, it can be really bad and really critical, obviously, and you get a lot more higher death rate in the Isle of Man for sure. But I'm not too sure about that, to be fair. I mean, probably not, just because to keep on the safe side of things. But it definitely looks fun for sure.
Yeah, dude. It's on my bucket list, just like BSB was. I want to go and I want to be that crazy fan that stands right there next to the wall where they come by me.
I'd love to.
Hickman comes by, 200 miles an hour, inches from me, and I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just
dude, mental, right? Straight mental, man. So I play the. Man, it's been a while. I know they come out with a new TT game. I had one on the PS2. Man, I used to play the shit out of that game.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, dude. Really good games. And I was like the PlayStation game. Man, what was it called? It was like Gran Turismo, but Taurus Trophy. Was that a PS3 or PS2 game? I can't remember. Dude, it was a really good game back in the day because you could actually. It was one of the first motorcycle games you can put front forks on, slick tires, move the mirrors. Yeah, put exhaust on it.
Amazing.
It was, dude. It was a lot of fun, man. Back then, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you
good
got
stuff,
like Ride 5 now and stuff like that. I mean, Ride 5. I was literally just then. I was banging out like laps on like Almira. I was just doing it because I am actually going out Almira soon on the Cowie, so I'm just like training it up on the game. So yeah, no, it's good.
Do you play full like pro mode on Ride 5, or are you like?
I do like a custom set, and I usually just take like all the aids off, and then so like all the riding aids, just like I think you can put like different modules, like brake input modules, and turn. It's getting really technical in games now. It's good though because it's sort of replicating real life. A lot of the stuff on the games now, I find it's so realistic. Like honestly, with a PS5 controller, you can literally, I mean, the brake on here, it's almost like.
And it gets tighter. Yeah.
You can feel the throttle. It's amazing, honestly.
Dude, it is. And how far
the games have
come, dude. It's just insane, bro. Like I had Jack Hammersley on, right? And bro, I couldn't imagine, right? Because I tried, dude. Dude, I used to be such a fan of the MotoGP games, but here, I think it was 21 was still good. I think when they went to 2022, it's like their braking system got all
it went like really like weird, didn't it? Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I think the 2023 game, I think it's got a lot more better for sure. Like with the like handling side of things, and I really like playing like the career modes and everything. Like I do like the whole like season and everything. I do like I'll do like free practice and just run the whole of free practice without like fast forwarding it or anything, and then like I'll do like the whole entire like every single round, and yeah, like I'd be like going from like Moto3 to MotoGP.
I did the same thing. I'm a nerd like that too. I was starting the lower class.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You got to, right? Customize your boots and your helmet. And all
yeah,
that,
like make it like real life. Yeah, but like do your helmet and everything. Yeah,
yeah.
Actually, sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, someone actually made a try and find. Someone actually made a like a livery, and this guy's called Ride 5 Design Liveries or something, and he actually made like a replica like Harry Cook livery on the MV. Won't be a sec on it. Someone did like on the game. And it
dude,
was like
that is proper mega, dude. Look at that.
I don't know if you can properly see it.
Yeah, I can see it just fine. That is awesome.
That's on the game, yeah. And I was like, I'm downloading that straight away, and someone just did it for me. I was like, wow, like, so yeah, like you can properly like customize it and everything and make it like proper realistic.
It is. It's crazy how far it's come. It just
100%,
bro. It's yeah. Do you have any animals? Are you an animal?
Yeah, I have a little French bulldog.
Nice.
Like her name's Frankie.
Frankie, like Frankie Morbidelli.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but she's a girl, but I thought I'd put a little bit of his name into it. Yeah,
I love it. I got two pits. One female, her name's Charlie. The other, his name is Cruz, and he's a Tennessee Walker Hound pit bull mix. He's like 120 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Super loud, dude. He talks all the time, Harry. Like that's why. So my original podcast room was over here in my other, because I got 2 living rooms, 2 fireplaces, blah blah. So man, I got tired of, I'd be podcasting, this big dude just barges in and just starts barking and hooping and hollering. So I was like, you know what? I got to move it to a different room.
I'm surprised my little dog hasn't come in there yet. I mean, she always just like runs about everywhere and she'll go crazy. Like at 1 minute she'll be like, thing is with bulldogs, I'm sure for every single bulldog out there, it's like they go from like nothing, and then as soon as you play with them, they just go crazy and they're like biting your fingers and like trying to play like tug of war. They're just, honestly, they're mental. They'll run around. She'll run around the house and do like laps. She'll like try and like slap like lap records. She'll just keep going around all the time. But no, she's so funny. Yeah, I love her to bits. I love Frankie. Yeah,
she's it's
like,
good stuff, man.
Like my mate.
It is. So what do you do just to relax? Like you have nothing up on your schedule, nothing for the team, no besides training, right? Because we know you train every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What do you do just to relax and hang out? Just hang out with your mates, go out and have a burger or something, fish and chips.
Yeah, sorry, my dog.
Now you're good.
My dog.
Oh, he's a cutie. Look at her.
Yeah, and it's Frankie. She is. Yeah,
she's cute.
I love her so much. She's
absolutely
in the world. Yeah, she just walked in actually as we were talking about her.
She heard. She's like, "I'm coming."
Oh, she's so funny. Yeah, sorry. About the, what was it?
How do you relax? Like, what do you do when you have nothing to do after training?
Yeah, so
PlayStation, obviously, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah, PlayStation. Just sit down and just have a nice time. Obviously, I'm mostly all the time at college, but even if I'm not doing that, probably, I mean, there's quite a lot of girls like, you know, I mean, now the thing is, they come up and they'll just text me. I mean, obviously, I've got like one girl in a minute, but just talk to them, and then I know I've got a car, I can just go and meet them.
I like it.
Yeah,
Harry, the delivery service man. I like it.
No, I mean, obviously, but I try not to like get like girls too much involved, because like with racing, obviously it's just full focus all the time, and having a girlfriend is hard trying to balance with racing. So with having a girlfriend and racing, it's, you know, completely different lives. You go from having someone that you have to focus on there, but then I also have to focus on racing as well. So you have to find the right one. You know, I'm always having to try and find one that's loyal, or, you know, actually understands racing as well, is always good. So yeah, but it's what it is. I mean, you can always have a bit of It was,
Absolutely, yeah, dude. It's right. It's a balance you got to find, right? And, it's tricky, dude. It really is. It's a tricky balance to do. What did you like pedal? Did you do pedal bikes and stuff like that?
Yeah, so like obviously I'll go on like on the actually I had my mountain bike stolen at Brands Hatch.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, it was such a nice. But it was a giant trance, and it had like proper suspension like settings on it and everything, like rear shock. You can like tweak it. You can like customize like front forks settings and everything. You could put like preload on, and it was mega. Like it was a really good bike. I used to do like quite a lot out on that. Actually, I did. I never really did like off road on it. I always just like took it around the area and just like did like 30-mile like bike rides around and like just do that instead. But yeah, no, I wish I had it now. But I'll probably look into getting another bike probably.
Yeah, I had mine stolen too. This has been years ago, and man, I just never bought another one. I'd like to get back into, but they're just so expensive now. Let's just be honest. I mean, you get a good pedal bike, you're looking at $2,500, right?
Yeah, 100%. And like, I mean, some like I've seen like some e-bikes are like $5,000 plus. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's like Jesus. Yeah,
that's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, dude, you can imagine the used bike you can buy for $5,000, right? That's you can buy a decent bike, man, for $5,000. Shoot, you can buy a lot of race tires for track days for $5,000. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, you got to save up your money sometimes. And facts. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, the bikes are getting so much money. It's like unreal. I mean, to get a good. Also, I saw like an e-bike, like a proper like time trial bike. That was like $10,000. I was like, Jesus Christ, like really? Like, who would pay that?
Oh, there's people out there that will for sure, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm with you. So, who's your favorite MotoGP racer? Marc Marquez. You already said that.
I mean, well, to be honest, I do like Pecco Bagnaia. I think I actually had a parrot. I named him after Pecco, but no, he's a really he's a really good rider. To be fair, like I like how he sort of shows himself to people. Like he can be like probably come across quite quiet, but at the same time, like he's so focused that he won't sort of. I mean, he's funny. Like I've seen like some videos, and he's actually quite a good character. But a lot of people don't really see that because he's he's quite a fighter. Like when he had the crash at Catalonia, he did an interview where it was like, I didn't want to like show my emotions because people would get the better of me and people would see that sort of thing, because he was actually like in a lot of pain, but he tried not to show it. And I think that's really good because he had that sort of mentality to just keep strong and keep going. And I think he's a really good rider, and he wins a lot of races. I mean, he won a lot of races last year, and like it was so consistent, like watching him, and like a way he like enters corners as well, like how he just like sort of glides like that into the corner is amazing. Honestly, I like his riding style, his character, everything about him. He's so good, and obviously, yeah, I mean the team he's in as well is a good team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, everybody knows I'm a big Ducati fan. Man, I just kind of wish that they wouldn't allow 8 bikes on the grid, right? I understand why they did it, but I think it gave Ducati a clear advantage because look at all the data they're getting from different levels of riders too, right? Course, yeah. So it's definitely an advantage, man. Valentino Rossi was always my number one favorite. Of course, Nicky Hayden and Marco Simoncelli, but since Rossi retired, man, I found myself I'm just a fan of all of them, right?
All of it, yeah.
It's hard for me to have like a favorite diehard like I was.
Like all MotoGP riders now, like I couldn't tell a difference. I mean, like if they were going into, I mean, when I was at Silverstone watching them going into turn 1, it was like I couldn't tell the difference who was going faster and who weren't, because they are so perfect now. Like they're all like within a second of a lap. Like it's so crazy now how you watch it. I mean, I can tell the difference who's going faster in like British level, because we're sort of there, but like world level riders now, they're so perfect, like in everything. But to be honest, actually, now I said that about British, we are actually getting there, because our lap times now, I struggle so hard because I'll be like qualifying, and then all of a sudden I'll be like 0.1 of a second, and it's like so frustrating. It happened to me at Brands Hatch actually, the final round, and I was about to get into Q2, but someone beat me by like 0.1, and it was like so frustrating. I'm like, that's not even fair. Like we should share that. We should we should just go in. We did this same lap time, but no, it is so close racing, and yeah, no, they are so good riders in MotoGP. I just love watching it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, as everybody is, Marquez on the Ducati, right? And of course, Pedro Acosta, right?
Pedro,
I'm really looking forward to. We call him Baby Jeebus. We're looking forward to. Yeah, he's just a talent, right? And then Chris Lewis says, why do you think Yamaha struggle nowadays when they used to be at best in MotoGP?
Thing is, like with Yamaha, I don't think I always thought like maybe COVID sort of maybe stopped the like sort of what's it called, like with the plans of the bikes and that, like
progression.
That was it, development. With the bikes, I think that sort of struggled with that. But with Italy, I think with like Ducati and that, they've obviously kept working for the bikes and stuff. I was thinking about something earlier about Honda, actually it was, and obviously Honda's struggled quite a lot as well. Same sort of position where Yamaha are, and obviously they build the engines in F1 as well. And I think maybe some of the budget with Honda have put into F1 maybe, and that might be the issue where they've stopped the money coming into MotoGP and having to do that instead. Maybe because as well, also like with I know it sort of comes off the question about the Yamaha, but with the Honda as well, with Marquez, obviously they've had Marquez for years, and I don't think they've got a lot of development with Marquez because he's a rider where he doesn't really take a lot of change. Like he'll change the bike and then that'll be it. And then every other rider like now Jaromir, I don't think he gets his sort of side on the garage with the development. Like it's like he's almost on Marquez's bike, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Everything goes into Marquez. So as a second rider, he probably struggles a lot with that. But now I think now Marquez is gone, maybe they can take time to sort of develop the bike a lot more. I think with Yamaha, it's a hard one because I think if they had the V4 engine, I think that would have been a massive help because obviously top speed they were struggling massively with that. With the chassis, I think they're almost there with the chassis. I think they can turn. Like the Yamaha is always in every category can turn, and same with the Yamaha, but I think they just don't have that engine where they can have the top speed all the time. Maybe just minor tweaks on the aero and chassis, but that's it really. I think Yamaha. I mean, Fabio has been up there a few times now in the podium, where he's not always like. I mean, they've had a win this season, but he's not always at the back. Like at the start they were, but towards the end of the season, I think they were slowly creeping up a bit.
Yeah, I think it's difficult, man. Yamaha, you're right. They're the only inline four. I think they would benefit from a V4, right? I think the V4s just stepped up their game, man. It's the best of both worlds. You got the top end, but you got the bottom end grunt too, right?
Course,
I think you're right. I think COVID had a lot to play with all manufacturers, right? Because, dude, people had to shut down, couldn't go to work, like all this nonsense that was going on, right? And then so somewhere along the line, Yamaha just got a little bit lost, right? You could totally see the frustration on Fabio the whole time. We'll see what they really bring to this next test and how far they come. But you're right. I think, as far as Honda goes, man, it's like they put all their eggs into Marc Marquez, right? And I see why. Everybody does, right? From 2013, just fuck everybody. This is the guy right here. Listen to him, whatever he wants, give it to him. Whoever's on the other side of the garage is gonna have to adapt or sink, right?
Exactly what I was saying.
And now that Marquez left, it's similar to Stoner at Ducati, Harry, and that's why I say that. Dude, Stoner was winning so much on the Ducati. When Stoner left, Ducati's like, we don't have to change your bike. And then they realized after Rossi got on, they're like, holy shit, we're in big trouble. We need to really change our bike, right? Because they put all their eggs on Stoner and said, well, if Stoner can do it, then why can't Valentin or Cal Crutchlow or whoever went on it? It's there's a lot to it, and a lot to it too, man. Is the atmosphere of the team, right? Let's say I hope you don't never have this in your career here where you get in a team and where like it's just bad vibes, dude, all the way around, right?
Yeah.
And dude, it's so horrible because it's so hard on the rider, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And it's you could totally see he's unhappy within Yamaha, and you could totally tell Marquez was way unhappy with Honda, and you see it throughout the year when Marquez has changed his tune, the way he approached questions, it totally changed.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Yeah, just stopped it. Yeah.
So it's and then bro, World Superbike, right? We got Toprak on the BMW, Johnny Ray on the Yamaha.
It's like completely different now, isn't it? I think definitely seeing. I'd like to see, because I think the BMW is also a very strong bike. You know, it's definitely had a lot of development. I was actually I can't say much, but when I was with Leon, I actually had a look at the new bike, and God,
it's mental.
I looked at it, and honestly, it looks so like mean and aggressive. Honestly, it was like the best. It does look good for next year, and yeah, I think for Toprak, hopefully they get a good package behind them, and hopefully he gets back to his normal winning ways. And obviously with the new regulations with Worlds, I think it will definitely change it, because obviously we always had Bautista win. Don't get me wrong, Bautista's an amazing rider. You know, like if you do see him battling with Toprak, I mean, Toprak gets him on the brakes a bit, but he can carry the corner speed. You know, he's a good rider, but you can see like that weight advantage with Alvaro. He just goes like that straight past him, and it's like all the time. You can see Toprak's frustration, but with the new regulation, I think it will definitely help out a lot more. 100%.
Yeah, I do too. It's it's like here in Moto America, Jake Gagne and Yamaha, right? We don't have that weight restriction rule or anything like that. Yeah. But this is what I tell people, Harry. It's when you have a rider that just gels with his team in the motorcycle, and few words need to be spoken, and they barely make any changes to setup. It's very hard to beat that rider at any track, right? Because he's in a great mind, great mood. Teams just everything's just flowing, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's going to be big, man. Another one, Scott Redding. I've always been a big Scott Redding fan.
Yeah.
And I catch flack from not only Americans but some people over there in the UK about about Redding. They're like, oh, I don't understand. I'm like, dude, Redding's a beast, bro. I mean, dude, straight beast. But yeah, World Superbike's going to be huge this year. I can't wait. Johnny Ray on a Yamaha. At first, man, I was like, man, I think Johnny might adapt to the Yamaha faster than Toprak will with BMW. Yeah. But the more I actually sit down and think about it, Harry, I'm not so sure, man. I think that I don't know, man. It's going to be an exciting year, regardless.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one to watch for sure. I mean, it's definitely going to be closer as well. Obviously, like I said, spoke about the regulations, and they've actually, what they've done is they've like almost leveled out the weights. I think I'm sure they've got like similar weights now, where they'll like add weight to like Alvaro's bike, and it will be similar now to like Toprak. So I think it will help out massively with that. And yeah, it's gonna be one to watch, honestly. And yeah, I think the BMW, like I said, is going to be a strong bike as well. I feel like it's going to be a really good bike. They've definitely had to do something. I mean, because they were mid-pack, but they were never like winning all the time. But I feel like they're definitely going to improve this year, hopefully.
Yeah, and then of course
for sure for Kawasaki as well. You know, it's a good bike. Like I've seen, like with BSB, I mean, they're always at the front there, and when he was on the Cowie, that's always been a good bike. And I think for Bassani's an amazing rider. You know, when I see him on the Ducati, I mean, he did so well. Like, you know, he's always fighting at the front. So hopefully he can do that with the Cowie, and hopefully it's a good, you know, handling bike. Compared to the Ducati. So yeah, I wish I could ride that bike, to be fair, but it's done.
Right. Dude, listen, Harry, dude, hey, like I said, I hope you achieve every dream you ever lived, dude. Why not? Why can't you? Right. I mean, yeah, in the future for sure. And then, yeah, dude, BSB is going to be a big year, man. We had Birdwell leave PBM, so he's taking the number one plate to Honda. Nobody knows where Glenn Irvin's going, but I hear strong rumors. I'm hearing strong rumors that he's coming to Moto America over here.
Really?
Yeah. This is what I hear. I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard from several sources that it's a very good pass.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense because you ain't heard nothing like PBM. They haven't announced any riders at all.
No, I haven't heard anything from them. No,
Right? Like nothing. It's just been silence, man. Yeah, and then of course we got Luke Hedger, man, my mate Luke Hedger.
Luke, yeah.
Dude, Luke proper dude. Yeah, and then Luke Mosley.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my man Braden, right? Back with the Kawasaki
Yeah.
DOA. Yeah, DAO, sorry. It's gonna be, dude, it's gonna be exciting. Moto America, we got our super sport class this year, Harry, is stacked, bro. It's most stacked class out of super bike, out of super stock, out of junior cup. Our super sport class is straight stacked, dude.
I think it's also going to be similar for BSB as British Super Sport
as well.
I think there's a lot of riders coming in from the stock class to the Super Sport Championship, because obviously they've got nowhere to go, of course, so they need to go somewhere, I guess. And obviously some people have gone super teens and sport bike, but I think a lot of people would be trying to come up to super sport
and the GP2 class too as well.
Yeah, the GP2,
yeah. So my my mate Cameron Fraser, as you see, I got a shirt right here, and then my man Jake Marshall, it's man, what an exciting year, man. It's I tell you what, dude, I tell everybody here in America, dude, you can watch one thing about British Superbikes that I love too is you can watch free. The races are for free. It's BritishSuperbike.com. Boom, there it is. But I tell you what I'll do, Harry, is I will we got to pay for our Moto America app out here, but when the season starts, I always pay for it, but I'll give you my login and all that information so you can keep up with Moto America this year in 2024 and watch it and enjoy it, bro. It's gonna be
it's good racing over there as well. Like, I've seen quite a few races now. I always watch the Daytona race with obviously like Brandon Pass and all that. He's amazing. Yeah, and like riders like him as well, like so skillful as well. Like you see him like training on like supermotors like sideways. Honestly, it's like crazy how you watch them. But yeah, like racing out there as well, like your track seemed like really like bumpy like all the time, but where was it? It was like there was one track and it just looks really bumpy like everywhere.
Well, Jersey was the last race of the year. It's always been bumpy. They repaved it. They just repaved Mid Ohio, which they're coming back to Mid Ohio this year, which is going to be super exciting because it's an awesome track. Of course, Coda's always bumpy.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the American.
It's the reason why that is because they look. This is Rossi. What is up, Rossi?
Hello.
Dude. Out 20 minutes.
Because we bring me to Nana's house.
Yes, I'll bring you to Nana's house after this. Let me do this and I'll take you. But he wants to go hang out with my mom. Nana, will you take me to Nana's house? Of course, he's got an agenda, right? That's what he's got as an agenda. Man, what was I saying?
About the trucks, I think.
Coda. So Coda, thank you. Coda is the ground that, from my understanding, the ground that they paved the track on, when it rains there, it's always shifting, right?
Yeah.
So the earth is always moving. And plus, when F1 comes there, it really ripples that track up because how soft the ground is underneath it. That's why they've actually had a lot of trouble, and it is super bumpy because of that, right? I mean, dude, Harry, I'm sure it probably cost, I mean, let's just be realistic. To repave Cadwell Park, right? I'm sure it would be $1 million plus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and that's big money, man. Not everybody's got $1 million sitting around to be like, you know what? Let's just repave the track, So, yeah, actually, dude, my man Peter Marsh actually has he says, Chris, I have a topic question for you to ask your young podcast guests. This is something I have learned over the last few years as we bring young kids through our team. Which big shout out, dude. Yeah, because he brings kids up through his team too, which is proper mega. He says all these amazing young racers only seem to have friends from the racing scene. I found over the years they live their home life online playing with their racing friends. I find the kids end up living online in their bedrooms as their racing friends live so far away they can only hang out online playing racing games, and it says I don't have the rest of it, Peter. But yeah, you're right. It is, especially since, man, COVID. Right when COVID hit, dude, it's
100%.
like that's when you noticed, Terry, everybody's sitting inside, because what else could you do, right?
Of course, nothing. Yeah, I mean, even when like the championship weren't even running, I mean, like we'd like get all my mates like from racing who I've like met, and like we'd just get ride 4 and be like playing till like 3 a.m, like because we wouldn't care, because obviously we've got nothing to do, and obviously that was like 2020. I mean, that was ages ago, but I mean, like we'd just stay up like all night just playing that. But then obviously like now, obviously like making friends is we make friends like obviously at college. I make friends at like college and stuff, but yeah, like obviously you make some good friends in the racing paddock as well. And yeah, like you say, like living far away obviously is hard, so it's just easy to just go on the PlayStation and just play online like there, and try and race each other on there.
Talking shit, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
having a good time
online, yeah.
So let me ask you this, Harry. What's after racing, bro? Like, what's, because there's always, everything that has a beginning has an end. You can't race forever, right? So what's after racing?
I would like to sort of like own my own business in heating and plumbing. So like doing like roundhouses, doing like radiators and like big ACU units and stuff. I'm actually doing that, studying that at college at the minute. Like to be an electrician. So yeah, just getting my qualifications for that done, and then obviously I'll have enough money in the bank to support myself after racing and stuff, and keep going with a career after that. But maybe I might start like a little like motorbike collection or something, get like loads of bikes, and start collecting stuff like that. So yeah.
Would you be interested in like
I mean, like just always like sort of staying involved with it, going into racing paddocks and still I'll never ever finish that.
No, yeah, right. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You can't. Yeah, I could see you. Maybe being a rider coach or coaching young kids, or it'd be proper, dude. Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, dude, we're an hour and 30 into this, bro, and it seems like we're 20 minutes started, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I still need to answer that question about girls, about my favorite celebrity crush. I've got it now. I've been thinking about it. Megan Fox.
Dude, there's been a couple people say Megan Fox for sure. Yeah, absolutely, right.
100%.
Yes.
In her prime as well. Like in her prime as well. Like, have you watched Transformers?
Of course.
Oh, as a kid, like she was like my first ever proper crush. Like watching, I still do as well. Like just watch Transformers, that amazing movies. Like as a kid, like seeing like a car like turn into a robot is like amazing. But like watching that, and as like a 5-year-old kid watching that, and then seeing like the Megan Fox scenes and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god,
who is that? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like she is stunning woman. I would happily date her.
Right, me too. Right, I'm sure everybody would. Yeah, for sure, 110%, man. Yeah. Listen, dude, bro, what an honor it is to have you on. Let's do definitely a part 2 of this for sure. 110%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's so why can't tell everybody how they can find you on social media? Actually, your club, Harry Cook's got a club, right?
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's like it's a club, I think, I can't remember what to call it. It's like Club 99 or something, Club 90 or something.
Yep, Club 99.
Yeah, you join. Honestly, I sort of it's nice to have people in the club, because obviously you get your as a fan, you get all like your clothing and coffee mug, I think, key rings, all sorts of stuff like that. The way to sort of just get involved is to just text me on Instagram or any socials. I think my Instagram is actually Harry Cook _28, and my Facebook. See, my dad does a lot on my Facebook, because he's always like trying to like keep me safe online, still like just trying to like manage some of the messages and stuff if I can't like get back to him. Sure, my name is just Harry Cook on Facebook, and Harry Cook Racing as well. So yeah, that's my Facebook and Instagram, and I'm sure it'll be the same on Twitter and LinkedIn as well.
Yep.
So yeah, just check it out on there. Yeah.
And are you running the number 99 next year too? Well, this year?
So no, I actually will be changing it to 28.
Bradley Ray's number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a reason behind that though, because I've always like sort of picked a number that was available. So like 90, I had to pick it because it was one of the only ones available anyway, and it sort of like fitted in well with my name, and I sort of did the same for the number 99, like Cook, like C99K, as it looks like the two O's.
Yeah.
But I've actually changed it to 28 because it's like my birthday, so you have like 12, 10, 06. So it all sort of like comes in, adds up to 28. And yeah, it's a good, and also it's the same for my sister's birthday as well. So yeah, it's quite a cool number as well for that. And one of my favorite riders is Angavera, because in Moto2 now, a lot of people actually say I look a lot like him. So yeah, no, I chose that one.
Yeah, that's dude proper. So listen, everybody, I don't know why you're sitting here. Get off of this right now. Go sign up, dude. Harry Cook, sign up for his club. Help him out, dude. It's proper. You get dude, merch, a t-shirt, a coffee mug, and some key rings. Yeah,
and that absolutely. Also, you can. I think at the minute we'll start giving like the part like from last season's merch. But if you wait, we should have the new merch soon for the Kawasaki sort of stuff and Rocket and all sorts. And also with the Rocket merch, so like for our new merch, I think it will, I'm not 100% sure, but it's all done by Dread Clothing, which is quite a used clothing, but it'll be in Fan Zone. It'll be in the Fan Zone in DSB, so it'll be like you can go in the shop and get it and whatnot. So it'll be nice seeing you guys wearing the team merch and Harry Cook merch for sure.
Absolutely. You know, I will. I'm going to give you 110%. There's no question. I'm going to wear it on my podcast for sure.
Oh, mega. 100%.
Yeah, 110%. And then, dude, Paul McKee, what is up, mate? He says, good luck this season, brother.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Yeah, Paul's awesome, man. Good guy. But yeah, man, listen, Harry, dude, this has been so much fun. I know it's actually good. Yeah. Yes, good, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you guys as always. Big shout out to everybody that always watches, likes, and subscribes. Please go. I don't never say it, man. I need to start. A buddy of mine said, you need to start telling everybody to go like and subscribe and do all this. I feel like, dude, if I just naturally be the way I am, it's just gonna happen, right?
Involved.
Yes. But listen, I just want to say, whoever does, thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys give us all the time. It's proper. Thank you everybody that chimed in, asked comments. This episode will be out tomorrow on Spotify, everywhere but Apple. If you didn't get a chance to watch it live, you can go back and watch it on YouTube and on Facebook too, either on my page or Pendergast. Would like to obviously give a big shout out to my man Jake and Peter Marsh. Really great mates. You guys need to go to Club 45 also and sign up for him. Help him out too. Wonderful lads. Big shout out to my man Martin from the Clothing Kings. He makes all Pendergast merch, which will be available on his website coming up here very soon. So yeah, I appreciate all the love and support. You guys already know who I am. As my man Cool Jules always says, I'm Chris, the whole effing show Simcoe. And man, what an honor. BSB future champion Harry Cook is in the house, baby. Yes, let's go. Until next time, we will see you guys later.
See you later.
All right, hang on, Harry.